A new film out tomorrow tells the story of a mother and son at odds after he graduates high school. Feeling lost and lacking direction, he finds faith and a mentor that changes their lives. Let's welcome Alex Kendrick, director and co-writer of The Forge, and Priscilla Shirer, who stars in the film. She's also a motivational speaker and New York Times best-selling author. I want to thank you both for joining us today.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Congratulations on this new film. First, Alex, I have to ask you, what inspired you to write this film?
Well, after a season of prayer, we felt like God was pointing us in the direction of discipleship. And this movie actually takes place in the same world as our film War Room. And so if you've seen that film, you're going to see a lot of the same beloved characters. But The Forge can stand on its own as well. We follow 19-year-old Isaiah as he's trying to figure out the direction for his life. His father's not in the picture, but he's got a praying mother. And so when she prays, a Christian businessman starts investing in him, and we watch his journey over a year's time, facing all the hurdles and pitfalls of what does it mean to step honorably into adulthood and to chase after the Lord. So we love the reaction we're getting from pre-screenings, young people saying, I identify with this. But it is a movie that we pray is not just entertaining, but engages the audience.
Well, and I love seeing the role of a strong man who's there to guide other men on their journey to adulthood. But as a single mother, Priscilla, tell us a bit more about your character and the challenges that many mothers face when raising particularly sons in this day and age.
Absolutely. Well, I was so endeared to Cynthia, this character. I have 3 sons in my real life. And so I do know that feeling of wanting to help them to get over that cusp between boyhood and manhood, and recognizing that even if Cynthia is as good a mother as she can possibly be, there is some limitation to what she can do in really shifting the trajectory of his life into manhood healthfully. She needs another man to hand him his man card. And so you do see, as Alex mentioned, Cynthia continuing to show up in prayer, saying, Lord, like, I know my role is shifting here because my son is getting ready to be 20 years old, but I'm going to keep praying that you will send some brothers into his life who will challenge him about his character, who will affirm him and place value on him, but will call him to responsibility and call him to manhood in a way that honors God. And so I think mothers are going to relate to Cynthia, her resilience and her tenacity, but also they're going to be encouraged by her example to keep showing up for their kids, even in prayer, because God hears them and he'll answer them.
And while Cynthia prays on her own, she also has a wonderful circle of women who pray right along with her. And how important is that, to have such a wonderful circle of female friends to be there to help prop her up?
It's critical. Community is everything. When you're going through hard seasons, difficult seasons in life, any of us, men, women, married, single, no matter our dynamics, when we're going through hard things, if we don't have a community around us to encourage us, to say, keep your head up, keep going, keep fixing your eyes on Jesus, you're not forgotten, you're not alone, then we can become real isolated and discouraged real quickly.
Sure. So
you do see that community in this film, and it is everything for Cynthia as she walks through this with her son.
Indeed. Alex, where did the title The Forge come from?
Well, the forge means that something's formed through heat and pressure. So when you see a sword, spear, knife, or even a piece of equipment, it's heated up first before it's molded into the shape. And spiritually, you could draw some parallels between what we go through spiritually. It's that heat and pressure through hard times, through being stretched and tested, that make us take steps of faith. And so that's what happens to Isaiah and his character and his faith. You have 7 godly men pouring into 7 younger men, and they just call that group The Forge for that purpose.
What was it like collaborating with your brothers again?
Love working with my 2 brothers. Stephen's my younger brother, Shannon's my older brother, and we love making movies like this. We often say we want them to be delicious and nutritious. So hopefully by the end of the film, the audience is saying, wow, I got a lot to think about, but we've inspired them as well as entertain them in the process.
Indeed. And what do you hope that audiences do take away from this film and maybe implement into their everyday lives?
Well, you know, all of us hopefully are on a journey of getting closer to the Lord. So this movie will introduce people to a relationship with the Lord, but not just being a believer, but also a follower of Jesus Christ. So we point people in that direction and walk through what that truly means. But again, by the end of the film, we're hoping that they leave thinking, I want to take another step of faith and draw closer to God in my own walk with Him.
Well, I recommend our audiences to go and see this film. It is out tomorrow. It is showing in several theaters around the Low Country, so make sure you go out and see The Forge. I want to thank you, Alex and Priscilla, for joining us today.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.